What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? We back once again, man. Hey, the Lakers have had the worst opening for the preseason. Only for a few reasons, though. We're going to tap in here at the NBA show. Let's get it. So the Los Angeles Lakers faced the Phoenix Suns on Game 2 in the preseason, but lost 117-105. Hey, the scoreline looked more respectable than the game it actually was because, the Suns breezed through the Los Angeles Lakers, mainly through 3 quarters. Look, man, the Phoenix Suns led 102-74. But LA's bench, they won the 4th quarter, cutting the deficit from 31 to 15, so it wouldn't look so bad in the box score. So, on top of that, LeBron James, Brody, Trevor Ariza, Dwight Howard, they didn't play, and Devin Booker didn't play for the Phoenix Suns as well. Carmelo Anthony and Anthony Davis, however, made an appearance for the show for a minute, and that was it. They sat back down for the rest of the game. And it wasn't pretty for the rest of the Lakers as well until our boy Taylor, Harden Tucker, and Malik Monk picked up the pace, of course, toward the end of the 3rd quarter, even though it still wasn't close at all. And the Lakers continuously to lose to the... So with the Los Angeles Lakers bringing in 11 new faces for the guaranteed roster spot, it was logical to think that players wouldn't gel immediately, but it was quite evident against the Phoenix Suns last year, which deployed the same starting 5 from last year's playoffs, of course. Yeah, man, the Suns look like they didn't miss a beat, even with the new acquisitions of JaVale McGee and Landry Shamet. Yeah, boy, finding chemistry will be a key for the Los Angeles Lakers, and we hope they find it soon. Chemistry, continuity, communication, it all must be manifested. And having LeBron James and Brody, it may accelerate the process, but it needs to happen quickly, I'll tell you that right now. And we all know, man, small ball lineups, they gotta rebound the ball, man. Listen, man, they were out-rebounded by the Phoenix Suns, 52-40, and 12 of those came on the offensive glass. Yikes. And we all know, man, that rebounding played the Lakers against the Brooklyn Nets, but the game was much of a small ball lineup all the way around. And the Lakers tried to deploy, 1 big and 4 guards, but it just didn't work out for them, especially on the defensive end. DeAndre Jordan, he grabbed about 7 rebounds in 20 minutes, but he obviously missed out on a few as well. Ball watching, the smaller guards, they have to do a better job of boxing out as well, man, especially on those long rebounds. And after leading the Lakers with 15 points against the Nets, he followed up with a nice little impressive with 18 points, 7-11 from deep. Yeah, and 4 from the 3. Yeah, man. Yeah, it look like that boy Malik Monk, the boy that can dunk, is going to hold down that shooting guard spot. I think he's going to win that battle. Hey, Cameron Payne and others usually had no issue blowing past that boy Monk on dribble penetration, but Monk, scoring problems can't be overlooked. And Brody Westbrook, man, he continuously looking pretty rusty, man, at this point, messing up. So the Los Angeles Lakers opened up the offseason with a bang. The headliner is Here It Is. Of course, Westbrook, the 1-time MVP and 9-time NBA All-Star and All-NBA guy. Hey, Westbrook has been one of those, he's been one of the most electrifying players in the NBA, man. Slow it down. While he wasn't named the All-Star last year, he still had a historic campaign. 22 points, 11 assists, and 11 rebounds per night, man. Westbrook is a walking triple-double, and he did it 4 years in a row. And he was the driving force to getting the Washington Wizards to return to the playoffs. Hey, man, we all know, man, the NBA is a star-driven league, and Westbrook brings all of that star power to the Los Angeles Lakers. The team right now is it's built around 2 superstars, and we know that, LeBron James and Anthony Davis. But this fit isn't seamless as it seems, exactly. Hey, spacing is going to be a huge concern for the team. LeBron James and Anthony Davis, they have been at their best when they're surrounded by shooters, and now they're going to have to share the floor with one another and some of the worst shooters in the NBA. Y'all know who we talking about. And that is no exaggeration. According to StatHead, a total of 469 players have attempted at least 1,000 3-pointers in their whole entire career. And of those players, only 16 have converted them at a lower rate than Westbrook, at 30.5%. Hey, he isn't an efficient shooter from mid-range either, though. According to NBA.com, Westbrook attempted the 2nd most shots from the mid-range last year and only knocked down 38% per clip, B. So due to its limitations as a shooter, it is safe to assume that the team will load up or other shooters around him, daring Westbrook to drive or settle for jump shots. Ironically, it will be a strategy that the Los Angeles Lakers are familiar with. In their 2nd round matchup against the Rockets in 2019 during the playoffs, the Lakers defended Westbrook with that same type of effort, you know what I mean? They weren't shy about giving him space and to make it as difficult as possible for James Harden. Hey, and it worked very well. Westbrook is at his best when he has space to work with. Neither LeBron James or Anthony Davis are known to be exactly knockdown shooters themselves, but they aight. Even though the Lakers will have some more shooters this year, especially with free agents like Carmelo Anthony, Trevor Ariza, Wayne Ellington, and Malik Monk. Hey, spacing could be a bit tight for Westbrook when he shares the court with the 2 of them. But downsizing with LeBron James at power forward and Davis at centers will be able to help some of those spacing issues. Yeah, baby, the Lakers cannot afford to have non-shooters on the floor, especially for heavy minutes, and especially in the playoffs. Here's another question. Hey, how much time will Anthony Davis spend at center? Seems like we've asked this question every single year of his career. And with that, are they willing to accommodate that boy Brody Westbrook to pursue another championship? Hey, yeah. Hey, Westbrook will have to make some changes himself. He almost certainly won't handle the ball as much as he did in Oklahoma and Houston or in Washington. So he's going to have to take a little step back at times. Set screens, attack the offensive glass, and be a nice little cutter sometimes. Play without the ball, There's a world in which Westbrook becomes a Dwayne Wade type of scorer next to LeBron James and Anthony Davis as a secondary ball handler. Hey, but it's a role we've never seen him in before, so it's going to be interesting. And that's what made this trade so interesting, man. The Los Angeles Lakers, who had a below, half-court offensive presence last year or the last 2 years, was a bit below average, especially in the playoffs. Yeah, so they're going to have to step that up, especially if they want to get back to the championship range, But if anyone can figure it out and make it work, it is LeBron James. But you would think the Los Angeles Lakers would know, especially with that boy getting old, entering the age of 37. We don't want to make things more complicated, though.